Well. Well. I just discovered something that I should have thought about before now. So I'm going to step away for one moment. Please excuse me. Be right back. How exciting. This day is full of surprises. Just when you think you've totally figured out podcasting and it's just the same every week. Far from it, my friends. I'm learning all the time. And I'm sure you know what that's like. Has anything gone not according to plan for you today? So I was having difficulty getting all of my systems today to work together, and so I was testing on my phone, but I did not remember to close YouTube on my phone, and it's all the way on the other side of the room, so as I started performing, I was hearing myself just about 20 seconds later, and I said, no, this will not do, so I just had to go shut that down, but that was easy. It was easy and it is done, and now here I am with you, and we're ready to get into today's podcast, episode number 30, Comfortable with Being Uncomfortable. So welcome to Adventurous Spirits. I welcome you, my fellow adventurers, on this long path of life, wherever you find yourself today. If you're in the middle of a work project, if you're in the middle of a family challenge, if you're in the middle of just kind of sorting out what you're going to do with your own life and where your time should go today. If you're looking for a job, all of these things, these are parts of the adventure. They may not be the whole adventure, but they're an important part of getting through to our major milestones, to seeing the excitement of life that we want to experience for ourselves and for those around us. So I get to be your host. My name is Courtney Matz, and I will be serenading you along the way here. I will sing you a few of my songs and ask you some questions so that we can all experience this journey together, because every personal growth journey needs a good soundtrack. So that's what we're trying to do. Give you something helpful to listen to get your mind right as you step into each of these challenges. So today, my topic is comfortable with being uncomfortable. How does that strike you? Does that strike you as something like, yeah, I want to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I want it to feel normal to step outside of my comfort zone. Or does it feel more like, I've been uncomfortable for so long, I've gotten used to it. And I think there are some ways that I want to experience comfort a little more that I almost can't accept it. It seems too easy. I identify with both of those sides of this particular coin, and so I'm going to be playing some songs for you about that today. But first, I just want to check in with you. It is summertime. It is hot here in Los Angeles. It's toasty. It's humid, which we don't normally get humidity, so it feels weird. And it's breezy, which is nice. I do appreciate the breeze. In the shade, it feels almost like a balmy kind of beach weather. At least on my side of the hill. If you get into like the San Fernando Valley and kind of deeper into the desert, it doesn't feel like that. But here in this particular little element of Los Angeles, which I learned about microclimates when I first moved out here 10 years ago, it can be vastly different temperatures on one side of the hill or the other, or if you're further west, once you get to the coast with the ocean breezes and the cool air coming off the Pacific, that's a whole different game over there. And then if you go further east into the desert, also very different. So depending on where you happen to be driving to today, you may experience 4 different types of weather if you're here in LA. So what do you like to do when it's hot? Do you like to stay cool? Do you like to go out and experience it? I see people running in the heat of the day out in the sun. Obviously, they're trying to get really sweaty. Maybe they really enjoy that. I don't know. I'm curious what you think about summertime. If you just hunker down and wait for fall, or if you're like, yes, this is my time. I love summer. I love summer. It's my favorite. And I don't love being hot all the time. I like being hot and then being able to get cool. And one of the great things about having fairly cool weather available is that in the evening, usually I can go for a walk and cool off, take a shower, go for a walk, and it just feels very comforting to enjoy being outside. Well, a handful of years ago, maybe 10, 11 years ago, I got to take this epic road trip from Virginia down to Key West, Florida. And once I hit that Florida Turnpike, man, I pulled over to put gas in my car, and the entire front windshield and bumper and hood of the car was covered in bugs. Dead bugs. I had just killed so many bugs just by driving on the turnpike. So as I was driving along by myself, I wrote them this song. Baby bugs, oh listen up, I'm gonna tell you something good, something true. Soon you'll fly, and when you do, don't fly where other buggies flew and met their fate on the interstate. The way is open and it's free. It's easy to be seized with curiosity. But if you choose to try it, you will make your mother cry. Don't make your mother cry. You never say goodbye. This is the dance break. Oh, baby bugs, you've listened well. Now go and heed this tale I tell. Guard it well. When your life consists of hours, you must make every minute count. You don't cut it short on the windshield of a Ford Escort. So I wrote that song as a warning to young insects everywhere. If you want to live longer than just a few hours, stay away from the freeway. Go live in the trees. Enjoy your life. And I sing that song because it's really fun, and I don't often have occasion to sing it. But maybe sometimes we feel like those baby bugs that just don't know any better. You're trying to fly free with all your fellow bugs, and before you know it, you're just smack on the front of the hood of somebody's car, and it seems completely just, what's the word I'm looking for? It just seems completely out of the blue. You were not expecting it. You didn't know to expect it. Whatever that smack on the hood of a car is for you. So I have, as I said earlier, 2 kind of sides to the coin of the concept of discomfort. And I'm curious which one resonates with you. If you tend to want to challenge yourself, if you like to get outside your comfort zone, if you want to see what you're made of and just tough it out. I can fall into that category. Sometimes I make things harder just because I want to know if I can do it. to the point that well-meaning friends will try to assist me, and I'll just be like, get out of my way. Oh, looking back, it's funny. In the moment, it feels very annoying and stressful. And I wish that I were better at recognizing those moments and being able to communicate more effectively. But as it is, sometimes the challenge just is. You just want the challenge. And there is that kind of good side of growing and stretching. And usually when you are comfortable, you're just kind of doing things that you already like. So there's a benefit to periodically putting yourself in that position of being uncomfortable. Also, I think we need to remember that after you've been uncomfortable, it's important to nurture yourself and rebuild and give yourself a chance to heal. Just like when you have worked out really hard or done a lot of sweating work out in the yard, or just whatever you're doing that requires extra effort, it's then important to relax, release all the tension in your muscles, to restore your electrolytes. Just like those physical challenges, we need that same restoration in our mental and emotional challenges. So there's that side of being comfortable with getting uncomfortable, of recognizing that when you're uncomfortable, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It could be overall a good thing, because it is teaching you character and resilience, and it's testing your resolve to do the thing that's hard right now. And I think ultimately the benefit of that kind of good discomfort is freedom. If it's making you more alive to the possibilities of the world, if it's making you more empathetic towards other people, if it's making you more willing to listen, if it's making you a little more humble, these are all really, really good effects of an uncomfortable existence in a good way. We'll talk about the bad way in a minute. So I'm going to play you this song first. I always forget about this song, and I haven't recorded it yet, but I really like it. It's called Real Love, and it's all about the importance of a love that actually challenges you. And it goes like this. Open up your eyes. gosh, I forgot the words. Well, if you're curious just what's in store, buckle your seatbelt because real love opens doors, shows you more than you've known before. Love will open up your mind to so much more than just the thing you feel. Love is real. It's unconditional. I feel so unprofessional. It cannot be imagined. Love can only be returned. It can be hard to give, but love is teaching me to live a bigger, deeper, wider sense of opportunity. 'Cause love set me free. Oh, this is opening my eyes to so much more than just the thing we feel. Love is real. Love is real. This intangible force, breaking windows, making doors. If you follow it, you'll end up where you've never been before. It's adventure, not a race. Wide open space with 100 mysteries to be revealed. 'Cause love is real. Love is real. Into a very awkward key that I would like to get out of, so I don't have to think so hard about what I'm playing. There we go. Let's do G for a little while. So yeah, I hope that resonates with you a little bit. And let's talk about the not so great side of being uncomfortable, which personally is something I have to really think about because I tend towards the martyr mindset where I kind of want life to be hard, which is kind of silly when I stop and think about it, but there is the mindset that I can get into, and it's not really like I don't deserve life to be easy, but it's more just that I expect life to be hard. So when I become aware of some discomfort, like, let's compare it to the heat. Like if you're hot, instead of thinking, oh, maybe there's something I can do to make myself a little cooler or to alleviate the heat, I'm just like, oh, it's so hot. I'm just gotta bear the heat. When you feel the difference between being so incredibly hot and stuck in a place that is making you hotter, when you feel that difference between that and then going somewhere that's really cool and pleasant, or even just having a cold drink. Like it just makes you feel so much better. And I just don't know why I resist that change. And I have some thoughts about it because I'm curious if you also experience this in your life. Let's plant. Because instead of kind of being set free by that difficulty, I just am more self-involved. It's not a pleasant place to be, and it doesn't seem like it's making me better over time. So here are some things that I am learning to ask as I become aware of those states of hardship, which is, how can I help this? Is there something that I can do about this situation beyond the initial overwhelm of, oh, I just can't? Let's really think about it. Maybe I can ask someone to help me. And I think there are ways to do this. There's just the standard, like, I need help with this. And sometimes that can be challenging if you have people in your life who are not able to help you with that thing. Or you feel so much ownership of the thing that is causing you difficulty that you just can't really even let go of it. And I also understand that, especially as an entrepreneur, there are many things in my business and in my work that really I'm the only one that can do it. But I just have so many of these things. And what I've learned to ask from another business coach is, maybe no one can help you with the business things, but can someone help you with the other life things so that you don't have to do so much of those and it frees you up? And this person that was telling me this, she actually hires someone to help with meals. It's not like a personal chef that comes over and cooks for her, but she just hires out all the grocery shopping and the meal prep for her household so that she doesn't have to deal with cleaning a kitchen. She doesn't have to deal with making food plans. She knows that there are healthful meals being prepared for her and her family, and then she can focus on other stuff. And that's worthwhile to her. The trade of cash for that service is, she's able to make that back in her business. So it makes sense. I think there are other ways to do this. Not all of us are making enough money in our businesses to hire out some of the things that we don't want to do anymore. But maybe you have a friend who really likes to cook, if we're staying with the cook example, and maybe they really hate to clean or something. Maybe you could work out a deal where a couple times a week they include you in their cooking. And in return, you go over and clean their place periodically. And you just trade services like that. Maybe you are not a very good writer, but you much prefer to make visual images. Maybe you can find a friend that needs some help with their marketing, and you can create the imagery for their marketing, and they can write the copy for your marketing, and you can just work together like that. It can be really fun to help each other, and that's a creative opportunity, I think, to look at these difficulties and hardships and things that we just accept as part of life, and to say, maybe there's a better way. Maybe there's a tool that I can use that is specifically designed to help me with this thing, rather than just chipping away at it with my bare hands. Maybe there is a free class. Maybe there's someone that I know that has knowledge about this thing that is, I just couldn't even imagine that knowledge exists, or that it would be easy for them to share with me. You can learn a lot by asking questions. And people don't have to feel obligated to be the answer, but sometimes they just know the answer. And that just simplifies your whole process. So let me know if that resonates with you, if that strikes a chord, if it's giving you ideas. Is there anything in your life or business or family right now that just feels hard? Does it have to be that hard? Is there something simple that would make it easier, make it more fun, make it better? It starts with asking that question. What if there is? Maybe there is. Maybe there is a solution. And maybe someone that you know has ideas for what that solution is. I would love to help you with ideas for those solutions. You know me, I'm an idea person. I always have something. Always something, some kind of idea. But it starts with asking. Asking other people, asking yourself, asking God. That's what prayer is, basically. People asking God for help. And that is what this last song is. It is a request for help, saying, I am overwhelmed by everything. Where do I begin? Give me what I need. So here we go. This is called Starting Line Prayer. Waking up, thinking thoughts, planning through the day. Don't know how I'm gonna pay for it all. Got a list, things to do as long as my arm. Not including what I forgot. It's the same old story, same old habits, same old prayers. I'm stuck in a rut, but it's a new day, and there's mercy that I have never seen. My God will supply every need of mine, as sure as the sunrise. Hope is rewarded with peace of mind, and I want to get mine at the starting line. Worries, anxieties, greeting every minute. How did I get here? Where am I going? Loneliness, chasing dreams. Is this really living? Existential as all get out. It's the same old ponderings, same neuroses, navel gazing. But it's a new day with more mercy than I have ever dreamed. My God will supply every need of mine, as sure as the sunrise. Hope is rewarded with peace of mind, and I want to get mine at the starting line. God will supply every need of mine, as sure as the sunrise. Hope is rewarded with peace of mind, and I want to get mine at the starting line. Oh, 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 Every breath I'm given is a gift from heaven. Every breath I'm given is a gift, and I'm still breathing. How do you want to provide for me today? You want to provide for me today. You know what I need. How do you want to provide for me today? You want to provide for me today. Yeah, you know what I need. My God will supply every need of mine, as sure as the sunrise. Hope is rewarded with peace of mind, and I want to get mine at the starting line. Go ahead and start now. If you have a piece of paper handy or your phone, just open up your notes app and just ask yourself, what's something that's really bugging me right now? What's bringing me down? Is it necessary that I carry that discomfort? Do I have to feel this right now? And who could I ask about alleviating it? Just for ideas. Like, I've got this thing. I I've been having issues with bugs in my apartment lately. Ever since the weather got really hot, like they're just finding my place, which I would prefer that they don't. And this is a thing that I am not willing to accept. So I have been asking for lots of help. And I've gotten some help. Now I feel like I know what to do. It's less of a daily challenge. But maybe there's something like that for you. Maybe it's just a thing that you didn't even realize was there because it just kind of fades into the background. Be looking for an opportunity to get help with that. Or a tool that benefits you. I'm going to go ahead and ask you for help now because this is something I've been thinking about it. But you may know that I have a Patreon membership, patreon.com, which is a way that people can kind of crowdfund your music. Well, that's the way that, yeah, it's like a monthly donation instead of one lump sum. So, you know, it's $1, $5, $10 versus thousands of dollars. And that way I can crowdfund a little more support so I can spend a little more time working on music and a little less time asking people for money. Because when you're an entrepreneur, that's mostly what it feels like you do. You're asking for money. Hey, I did this thing. Can you pay me? I did this other thing. Can you pay me? When are you going to pay me? You're going to pay me now? And I would rather be writing you some new songs or recording you some songs. But I've been looking for ways to make that membership feel a little more special. I feel like when I create content on there, sometimes I create events that are special VIP events for my members. But I just would like more of a daily experience of specialness for it because I from the bottom of my heart, I'm so thankful for that support. Just realizing I'm not seeing anything in the chat, which is unusual. I hope that I haven't missed anything. So my question is, what would be valuable to you? I've been thinking about adding a tier of daily encouragements, like daily blessings. I want to send a creative blessing to your inbox every morning. So maybe like 5 days a week you would get, you know, an email this long that's just like, here is my blessing on your creativity today. With the intention of reminding you of who you are and what you're good at and the fact that what you make matters. Just these things that creatives need to remember pretty much every day. Does that sound appealing? Does that sound like something that's worth a few bucks a month to get on that list and to receive that? Maybe sometimes there'd be songs as well. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. What do you think? I'm really very open to thoughts on this because my goal with everything is to help you, is to support you in what you're doing and to remind you that it's worthwhile. We're all in this together. It feels a little one-sided since I can not hear you or see you, but we are all in this together. I believe it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Send me an email or leave me a comment here. I always love to hear from you. But for now, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this has been an encouraging and uplifting half hour in your life. And I'll look forward to seeing you again next time. But until then, go out there and share with the world what it is that you love to do. Because I guarantee you that it is brightening somebody's day and it's making the world better. So have fun out there. See you next time.